I have object groups. What are object groups? Say I have a firewall here. Okay, firewall with this as the outside, this as the inside, and this as the DMZ. On the DMZ I have 3 servers with different IPs. This is dot 1, dot 2, dot 3. This is on my DMZ. Each server is running services, say 3 only, 3 services. What are those 3 services? Is running 23, 80, and say 25. All 3 are running the same 3 services. Okay, I have clients outside on the internet. Say I have one guy. I sign up with this new company. The public address of the company is 200.1.1.1. Now, since this company monitors my traffic, so I need to provide access to this company to all 3 servers. To all 3 servers. How many access lists do I need? 9. 9 access lists. Why? One will be from this source to with the port number. Second will be the same with the port number. Then 2, 23, same port number. 25, and so forth. How many total? 9. 3 per server. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. 9 access lists. This is for what? 200.1. How about I get another guy? How many for that? 9 more. So 9 plus 9 is 28. 2, 3, 4. How about I have 4 partners? Dot 5, dot 4, dot 3. How many do I need? 45 access lists. For 5 partners, I would require 9 per partner to let him come into my network, which is very hectic. It's not hectic in this way. It's hectic in another way. What is that problem? Say tomorrow 200.1.1.2 leaves. I have to remove those access lists. How do I go in? I have to go into my config T, then say no access list 200, no access list from 201 to this. I have to remove all 9 one at a time. A hectic job in a production environment. If you know, you have a lot of access lists, 100, 200 access lists are applied to the firewall, because you run a lot of services through it, right? So to remove it, something like that, this is impossible. Not impossible, it's hectic, cumbersome job. To simplify this, what they did was they said, all right, we won't do it like this. We'll group objects together. We'll create groups. In groups, we'll keep different stuff. What do I mean by that? I'll have a group of partners which will have all 5 partners. 3, 4, and 5. The object is called PN. I'll create another one which will be called servers, which will have dot 2 and dot 3. And I'll create another one, services, which will have port numbers 23, 80, and 25. Let's try to group them first. Let's see how it works. Now by default you can group different things. You can group all of this together. You can also, first I grouped partners on the basis of IP addresses. That is called network grouping. Second, I group based on port numbers. That is called service. Port numbers are called services. Third grouping and fourth grouping. There's also two more. There's one based on network called basically IP addresses. The second is services based on port numbers. The third is protocols. This is based on IP protocol number. You can group protocols like ICMP, TCP and EIGRP, OSPF, but not generally used. Most general, these two are used. There's also one more called ICMP types, which will group what? ICMP type 1, echo reply, echo this and all of that will be grouped in one ICMP echo type, but not generally used also. These two are mostly used. Let's try to group these together and see how it works. Okay, I'll create a firewall. Now I won't implement this because there'll be a lot of access lists. I'll just show you how to do this. Yeah, it works on 8.2 also. Object groups work on 8.2 as well as 8.4. Enable, right? Object group, which type? I told you all four types, right? The one which I want to use is network. For partners, PN. Network object, what is the, I can specify a whole network or I can specify a host. 200.1.1.1, 200.2.2.2, I have grouped all my partners together in a group called PN. Now I'll group my servers. Object group network called servers. The first server is host 10.11.11.1, 10.11.11.2 and 10.11.11.3. Grouped all my servers together. Then after object group, right? Now I want service. Now specify the name of this service. Say I'll call it web. These are all my web services. And is it TCP, UDP or both? It's TCP. These are all TCP ports. I can specify both. Then it's not network object. For this it's port object. Port object either a range or equal to. I'll do it as per equal to. One is 80, 23 and good. Now usually when I have access list, I say access list permit source would have been 200.1.1.1, destination would have been 10.1.1.1 and then 23, then another one like that. Here look at how my access list is going to be. Access list INF permit TCP. This is TCP service. My host will not be the host now. What will this be? What object group? PN. From outside to inside, right? PN. Destination will be what? Object group and equal to, or I can just say object group. Which object group? Services. What did I call it? Web. Right? So simplified. For me, I don't have to type 45 access lists. I just have to write one. Show run access list only one. But check this out. You might think, okay, this means less processing power on the router, on the PICs, because less number of access lists. That is not true. Check out your access list. It automatically finds out the combinations from all of them and creates all of them along with the hit counts. for each protocol. So it's easier for you to create it. To create it, it's easier, but on the firewall, it doesn't make much of a difference. So it's similar. But the concept behind object groups is what you have to understand. You might ask tomorrow the question, natting was so easy there, why did they do this with object groups also? That one is also done with object networks. Why did they move on to object networks? Think about this. Now, if a new partner comes in tomorrow, how do I have to add him? All I need to do at that time is go inside my object network PN and say network object host everything else will automatically be done. I just need to know the IP address of the partner, right? Show access list. Check this out. For 6, all 9 access lists are automatically created. Removing. Now the partner 200.2 removes. He doesn't have good terms with the company, so I want to remove him. So I'll say object network PN no network object host show access list. 2 is gone. Same for service. Tomorrow one of the service on all my 3 servers goes down. I just remove the services are removed. That whole service will be removed from this. I want to add another service tomorrow. Add it there, it'll be allowed. Right? They made it like that so that tomorrow, because in a production environment, this is what you have to do. Firewall is a standalone device. I've told you that 100 times. It's a standalone device. You configure it once, it does everything automatically. Except for one thing, that you'll have to create access list, remove access list, and tomorrow add more servers to your network. So tune the firewall with respect to those new servers. Right? Get a new server, you'll have to do natting again for that server. Same concept will be applied. We'll put them in object groups. So when a new server comes in, all I have to do is just put him in that server group. He will automatically be natted. So to do it in the beginning is hard. It's all obviously easy to say access list, this and done, instead of creating object groups. But it lays a framework for you. Makes it more scalable. If there is a restriction for a different restriction, that this won't work in that case. This is done for if you have same policies for all the partners. At that case, you'll create a separate object group, separate access list. For different partners with different policies, you'll have different access list. Or maybe you have different services. So you'll create a different service which will only permit telnet, and for them, for those people, you'll have only that service. So you want to only permit telnet, right? For say 210, 210. These users, you only want to permit them for telnet to all 3 servers. To all 3 servers, only telnet. What will you do? Object group service telnet port object. Forgot to give the port name. TCP service, not service, port object equal to 23, right? And now these are different partners, right? These are different people. So let's say these are your IT people, because they want to telnet into those devices. So IT people from outside a different company, I'll create another object group network IT. Network object is what? 210 network object host 210 dot and 2 companies. So the access list will be access list INF permit TCP, host will be IT, destination will be still the same servers, but the service will be telnet. So these people will only be able to telnet. Check this out. 201 going here for telnet, 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 and all these different combinations. So tomorrow IT one company goes down, you remove it, all three will be removed. Okay? That is object groups. Same concept is applied to 8.4. Good?
It provides more authority.
More scalability.
Scalability,
You have more scalability on it. Did everybody do their attendance? All of you? Good enough? That finishes your object.